Yeah, so it might seem strange that a philosopher of her ilk is not taking up the cause of identity politics, right? But again, I think she makes a philosophical argument for not doing identity politics, which is interesting. So you should take a look at it and see what you think about it, right? So she'll provide both the critique of the feminist movement as well as the queer movement, right? So in terms of their political struggles, okay, and what they do, and so um, you know that's a good chunk of right around here. She's getting into that, okay, and the whole idea, like I said, the argument for or against identity politics there, okay. And as we move on here, she gives a little bit of herself, some of her background here. See if we get to the next part closely here. Okay. All right. So the next big part will be the idea of performativity. And so this is the really the big idea that she comes up with. This is it comes across in her famous book Gender Trouble from 1990, right? And she's going to talk about the idea of identity through this idea. So generally, we think of identity um, in a very monistic way, a singular way, or a dualistic way, right? Um, Anzaldúa got us to think about identity on a pluralistic level, like a multiple level, right? Uh, and and so ultimately, that's where Butler is going, right? Wants to talk about this idea of multiplicity, uh, beyond just singular and frozen identities that we sort of grow up with, right? Male, female, black, white, right? All these things that are named and essentialized and stereotyped, right? Which become, uh, you know, identities that we think we own, right? When oftentimes they're put upon us. So the whole idea of performativity is that she's saying, there is no essential identity. We're always performing, um, and she's in contrast to the idea of performance, which oftentimes um, has a sense of consciousness, has a sense of that you're in control,